This is Wright Field, Dayton, Ohio. It had not become Wright-Patterson Air Force Base until October 1947. And it's interesting because this is a gentleman who worked in records management, and he had a friend who worked at Wright Field, and this records management gentleman was told to deliver a message to a certain particular individual in this hangar. And he had a friend who was an MP at the facility here, and he said, I want to show you something. So he brought him to the far side of the hangar. Tucked in the corner was a 15-foot diameter dish-shaped craft. It was 7 feet tall. It had a series of rectangular windows wrapped around the outer circumference of the craft. It had arrived by a railroad flat car from Arkansas. That's how they actually got there. This is the original sketch from the report. This is the AutoCAD rendering. It gives you a real good idea. Now keep in mind, there were no seams, no visible means of propulsion, no Zeus fasteners, no hex bolts, no hex head bolts as well. This was almost a completely seamless type device, almost built on the atomic level as a complete mold. You can see the dimensions here, 15 by 7 feet tall. I also want to mention that there was a central column on the center bottom of the craft that went from the bottom all the way to the top. You'll also notice, if you look at this technical engineering drawing here, there's a red dot. The red dot is the attempted point of entry that they were desperately using diamond tip drill bits, and it had no effect. So if you look through these cases, there's a historical legacy indicates very clearly that in many cases, the U.S. military at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, at other locations, was desperately trying to breach the hull of these craft, and it had no effect with a diamond tip drill bit. Full color rendering. This is the craft here, full color rendering. If this would, hopefully it comes back here. There we go. Okay, so now we can see the exterior, kind of this chrome brushed aluminum exterior, and on the upper right hand corner we've cut the skin away that allows you to show this central column that went from the bottom of the craft all the way up to the exterior section of the top part of it as well. So here was the scene when he walked inside. There was a tarp that was folded up off to the side of the craft. In front of the craft itself, there was a toolbox and an electric drill with a diamond tip drill bit. So again, we hear this report that they were desperately trying to get into these craft with these diamond tip drill bits, and this is our final full color rendering, just to give you an idea what it may have looked like if you were actually there and saw it with your own eyes.